Hello there, my name is Ellen Okran and this is news from Asia JSN 24 Live Sports News. Coming up in our stories for today, Black Satellite handed tricky draw for under-20 AFCON in Egypt. Ghana badminton chief gets top global appointment. AFCON under-17, Morocco set up Mali final showdown after win over Côte d'Ivoire. Guirassy hat-trick heroics not enough as Dortmund crash out against Barcelona. Gabonese international Aaron Boimpenza dies after fall in China. Made in Ethiopia street race to boost local sportswear industry. Chidi Okezie runs fastest ever career season opener in Botswana. Nigeria 2025 African Women's Volleyball Club Championship. Zamalek Sporting Club retained title. Now onto our stories in detail. Ghana Black Satellite have been drawn in a tricky group for the upcoming 2025 Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations scheduled to take place in Egypt from April 26th to May 18th. The draw placed Ghana in Group A alongside Central African Republic, DR Congo, Tanzania and the Côte d'Ivoire, raising hopes of a smooth pathway to the knockout stages for the 4-time champions. Meanwhile, Group B has been widely described as a group of death, featuring tournament hosts Egypt, powerhouses Nigeria, Morocco and South Africa, all regarded as continental heavyweights with rich football pedigree. Defending champions Senegal headline Group C, where they will face Kenya, Sierra Leone and Zambia in what promises to be a competitive pool. Under the guidance of head coach Desmond Ofei, the Black Satellite are scheduled to kick off their campaign against Côte d'Ivoire on April 26th, followed by a clash with Tanzania on April 29th. Ghana, who last lifted the Under-20 AFCON trophy in 2021, will be aiming to reclaim continental glory and secure qualifications for the 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile, set for September 27 to October 19th. With a rich history in the competition, including a world title in 2009, the Black Satellites are looking to re-establish themselves as a dominant force in youth football on the African continent. Ghana Badminton Association President Evan Siabua has been appointed to the Advisory Board and Governing Council of the International Sports Institute in recognition of his extensive contributions to sports governance, finance and development across Africa, Europe and Asia over the past 2 decades. Mr. Yeboah, a chartered management accountant, brings to the role a unique blend of strategic financial expertise and high-level sport administration experience. He currently serves as the Finance Committee Chairman at Badminton Africa, the sports continental body overseeing fiscal planning for 51 national federations, and holds the position of Vice President of Ghana's National Paralympic Committee. In his new capacity, Yeboah, who also chairs as the Finance Committee of Badminton Africa and serves as Vice President of the National Paralympic Committee of Ghana, would advise on critical areas such as financial stability in sport, funding models for national federations in Africa and Europe, grassroots development, sport tourism as a driver of economic growth and governance, and compliance to enhance transparency in sports administration. In other news, after a goalless 90 minutes of regulation time, Morocco defeated Côte d'Ivoire 4-3 on penalties in an exciting match characterized by tactical discipline and wasted opportunities. Both teams created a number of exciting chances, but were ultimately disappointed by a shoddy finishing, which kept the tie going till the final. Both Morocco and Côte d'Ivoire showed strong defensive organization and counter-attacking determination from the first whistle of their strategic struggle. Despite the intense play on the pitch, neither team was able to score. The game was forced into a penalty shootout after regulation time ended at 0-0. Morocco maintained composure and won 4-3 on penalties in a thrilling display of poise and accuracy. Following Mali's decisive 2-0 victory over Burkina Faso in the previous match, host Morocco advanced to play Mali in the final with this hard-fought triumph. As Morocco seeks to add another trophy to their illustrious tournament's history, the final, which is set for Saturday, April 19th, promises to be an entertaining matchup. Serhou Guirassy lit up the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals with a sensational hat-trick against FC Barcelona, but even his brilliance wasn't enough to carry Borussia Dortmund into the semi-finals. The Gideon striker gave the home crowd hope early on, calmly converting a penalty in the 11th minute to silence the travelling fan at the stadium. But Guirassy wasn't done. Just 4 minutes after the restart, he struck again, a clinical finish that restored Dortmund lead and reignited belief in a standing comeback. Dortmund's dreams seemed alive and well until a stroke of misfortune saw Barcelona pull one back through an own goal before the hour mark. Then in the 76th minute, the informed forward completed his hat-trick, finishing off a sweeping Dortmund move to make it 3-1 on the 9th. Despite Guirassy's heroics, the aggregate score fell just short for the German side, whose valiant efforts ultimately wasn't enough to overcome the deficit from the first leg. Guirassy's personal stats, however, continued to dazzle. With 13 goals and 5 assists in 14 Champions League appearances this season, he now holds the record for the most goals scored in a single campaign by a Dortmund player. His name also enters elite territory. Guirassy becomes just the 4th player ever to score a hat-trick against Barcelona in the Champions League, joining the legendary ranks of Faustino Asprilla, Andrei Shevchenko and Kylian Mbappe. For his commanding performance, Guirassy was deservedly named Player of the Match, a silver lining in what was otherwise a heartbreaking night for Dortmund. Continuing on a sad note, tragedy has struck the world of African football as Gabonese striker Aaron Boy-Penza passed away at the age of 28. The forward, who recently joined Chinese club Zhenjiang FC, reportedly died after falling from the 11th floor of a building on Wednesday, April 16th. While early indications suggest suicide, authorities have yet to confirm the exact circumstances of his death. The absence of prior signs or concerning behavior has left his club and fans in deep shock. Boy-Penza had not shown up for training the previous day, raising concerns that sadly culminated in devastating news. The Romanian press first broke the story, which was soon confirmed by coach Mario Somodeka, with whom Boy-Penza had worked during his time in Turkey. Tributes have poured out since from across the football world, especially in Gabon, where the striker had become a national icon. Known for his flair, pace and powerful finishing, Boy-Penza had a career that spanned clubs in France, Turkey, Qatar, the United States and most recently in China. His untimely death leaves behind a wave of sorrow and unanswered questions, and the football community are now rallying in support for his family and loved ones. In Addis Ababa, the upcoming Made in Ethiopia 10-kilometer street run is strategically designed to promote the Belgian local sportswear manufacturing industry and showcase its growing production capabilities. Organized by the Ministry of Industry, the Made in Ethiopia Run 2025, a 10-kilometer road race aimed to champion domestically manufactured goods with a particular focus on sportswear and other industrial products. In a statement released by the Ministry of Industry yesterday, the Made in Ethiopia initiative will feature a 10-kilometer street run as a key component of the Let Ethiopia Produce movement. This event seeks to address challenges within the manufacturing sector and foster its overall development. In athletics, Nigeria's 400-meter star Chidi Okezie began his 2025 outdoor season on an impressive note, clocking his fastest ever career opener at the Botswana Golden Grand Prix on Saturday, April 12, running in a stacked 400 meters race. The African Games champion held his own against some of the world's best quarter-milers as he finished 4th in the season's best performance of 45.15 seconds, the second fastest time by a Nigerian in the world this year. Homeboy Bayapo Nduri continued with his unbeaten run to take the win in a brilliant season best of 44.35 seconds, while South Africa's duo Ziki Tinene and Light Pile were 2nd and 3rd respectively. Okezie's performance was a huge improvement from his indoor season as he struggled to go under 46 seconds mark. He will be aiming to build on this form for the rest of the year with the goal of hitting the World Championship standard and making the Nigerian team to the Tokyo this summer. In our final story and in women's volleyball, defending champion Zamalek Sporting Club of Egypt on Sunday defeated Al Ahly Sporting Club of Egypt 3-1 in the final of the 2025 African Women's Volleyball Club Championship in Abuja to retain the title. The news agency of Nigeria reports that the game played at the Mashoud Abiola National Stadium lived up to the expectations of the fans. The two Egyptian teams were at the best in the pulsating game to cut home the trophy and the prize money at stake as the champions of Africa. Zamalek, who are the defending champions, had won the last two editions of the championship. In their previous match, Zamalek Sporting Club defeated Kenya Prisons 3-1 to reach the finals, while Al Ahly defeated Club de Cottage of Tunisia by 3-0. This is all I have for you for now. Do like and subscribe. I'll be back with more.